How's it? I'm Honan.
I'm Oliver.
And today we are checking out a group I have almost proclaimed God tier after two releases when we did our girl group picks. I Love Dive, in my opinion, so far has been the greatest release I think in a long time. Maybe not just this year. So it's one of my favorite songs. And 11, I've obviously said how many times I've great debut. You also have a very high opinion of IVE. If you have things you want to say about that, it's like,
Yeah, I mean, every time we checked them out, it was like we were like, oh man, yeah, this was really good. Like, but it's only one song, or it's only like one song and a B side. So like let's see what happens next, you know.
yeah,
And it's the same again. We've got a title and just one other song. So we're still kind of waiting for them to hit us with like a proper mini or full album. But this has been killing it. Like, I think the last chart update I saw was like 2 hours ago, and it sold over 450,000 copies already.
hell
yeah. And it got like 110,000 unique listeners on Melon in 3 hours, which is like stupid good. So yeah, they're doing all right. And yeah, I'm excited to see what this is. I mean, I think it was hard not to be spoiled on the I Will Survive.
Yeah,
song.
when we all saw the teaser thing, and that just was playing through the whole teaser. But I'm excited. I was saying to you before we started that I'll be a little disappointed if the song doesn't just kick off with that right away, because like the way the teaser started instantly got me going, like, oh hell yeah. You know, when you hear that loop. So I'm really looking. IVE's never disappointed me, so I'm really looking forward to how this song is gonna be, because everyone already knows how much I like IVE at this point, so I think we should just go for it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
또 모르지 내 마음이 좀 날씨처럼 바뀔지 난 나조차 다 알 수 없으니 그게 뭐가 중요하니 지금 내게 완전히 푹 빠졌단 게 중요한 거지 아마 꿈만 같겠지만 분명 꿈이 아니야 달리 설명할 수 없는 이건 사랑일 거야 방금 내가 말한 감정감이 의심하지 마 그냥 좋다는 게 아니야 What's after life? You who and I is more than like L down to O down now yeah You who and I is more than like What's after life?
I was right. It's the first chorus.
It is. It is. You were right. It's a slamming post chorus. Ooh, that bass, dude.
What does that file?
That is insane camera movement going on there.
Yeah, the robot angle.
Let's go, Gao.
Rapping over it.
여기 너와의 스페이스 아무도 막지 못해 나를 보면 누가 박할 시간조차도 아까울 걸 드디어 만나봐 가워 Now love we eat I know it I like you and I is more than like it out the way I'm not yeah You and I is more than like What's after like You and I is more than like L down to O down now yeah You and I is more than like What's after like What's
Okay.
Hmm.
See, that sample is like, it has, because it's so familiar, you're already like expecting.
Hold on, sorry.
it,
I have the
into
audio
it.
clipping in of. There we go. Let me close it. Had IU audio coming in there for a second.
It's never
All right.
about. It's never about.
No, yeah. Had Strawberry Moon clipping as you were talking. Start again. Sorry. There you go.
So the thing with using that sample is like it's so familiar that like we were obviously the teaser meant that we knew it was coming, but like we were just waiting to hear it. You know, when it came in, it was like it gives you that familiarity and that feeling of like of resolution, just because you know what it is and you know where you are and you feel content. You're at home when it comes in.
Yeah, I thought when we first heard the chorus, I was like, "Oh, it's gonna hit right here," and then when it does, you're right, it was post chorus, and but like I was anticipating it so much. But I really like that. So I feel like I'm really glad they didn't just try and do like another Love Dive or something, you know?
Yeah.
That it's like a full on summer vibe, just like completely different style song that
they really went in on the new disco style. Like even a lot of the imagery in the MV was very kind of diva, like late 80s early 90s style. Like it was very cool. Like I think they really have kind of made it so that, and that what I'm kind of noticing is the sort of strong IVE sound, I guess, is built on like a really strong chorus post chorus, because the verses are never really what stands out in a strong way. It's just how catchy the hook is, which I guess is obviously the mark of a good pop song.
I think the reason I would still say Love Dive is my favorite of theirs is because all around that whole song is strong, like where you're just talking about the verse and everything, because that song does have like it all pieced together perfectly, like especially because the verse has that you know, it is all very connecting in a really
has a strong melody.
But I really like this, especially because like that natural like funk bass guitar that comes in, especially more so in that second verse. I mean, that's just like, it's a perfect summer song, I'd say, like what they just released. It's perfect time for them to do something like that.
I mean, it's kind of like it's hit at the sort of towards the end of summer, right? And it's like it's almost like the end of the night, but the night isn't over yet type vibe. Right? I think they certainly captured that mood really well. I think that's why like it's night in all of the scenes, apart from the driving scenes, which I thought was funny that you could see some of you could just see the camera rig.
Yeah,
like
they did that quite a bit, where you could see the cameras functioning in the music video, which is it's a cool concept. I think they were doing it in that sense of like star power thing, like showing them being
like we are
by
modern
all this.
divas.
Yeah.
Cool.
The sync of the like fireworks to the beat was super cool. How they did that in that scene change, like
they probably, I wonder how many takes they could do of that. They're probably like, right, guys, you gotta nail this, because this is gonna cost a lot.
That's such an expensive scene to have that going on like that. That's so sick. The drift scenes have to be really expensive too, because to have the kind of like automated,
there are a number of cars in there, like with the robot cameras and stuff.
Like, I did think that was really cool. Ray just like casually sit like this rapping in the cars, just doing a donut.
While there's the dude in the front's got a crash helmet on. He's like, "Oh, hang on, girl."
But it was dope because like you would think someone would be really uncomfortable in that situation, but Ray looks so like chilled out, just like rapping as that car's drifting around.
They both captured that really well. I know that was a really interesting choice to add the rap verse over that sample the second time around, rather than just having it play through again. I think maybe because that kind of prevented it getting stale or whatever, and they just add some new material over the top of it, which is cool. I think the one member I wanted to see maybe more of in that was Liz. Don't feel like we got much.
Yeah, she got kind of the same scene. It seemed like it seemed like a fake balcony thing with the camera going around. I feel like I saw both times I saw her was kind of that same loop of scene.
Yeah, I think because of the nature of their songs so far, like there hasn't been super like vocal heavy songs and stuff, and she's their main vocalist, right? So it's like it would be. I hope that at some point we can really see her like show what she's capable of.
I'm happy we got a lot more. My girl, we got Gaul, we got short blonde Gaul in the house.
Yeah.
Thrown up.
I knew you were going to mention that.
In the Fox jersey, full on motocross jersey.
Ray had a full on Union flag, like British flag on her chest. I was like, okay, I have what else? What choice do I have now? Like, I'm feeling patriotic.
It's our biases making sure they remain biases. It's fair.
Yeah.
It was
choice.
Listen, I'm gonna have a bit of a hot take, but because you hear about these really expensive music videos that we saw recently, a certain label called YG, maybe was it what boy group was it we saw? Treasure or something like that?
Treasure.
Where they had one of the most insane expensive music videos with cars and everything in it.
And the new
I don't know how much I've spent on that music video. Could have been a crazy amount, but that looked like a very expensive music video.
Looked like an event.
Like an event going on. Exactly. Like where you're like,
that was WJSN's Queendom winnings.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's where it all went. But yeah, they're 3 for 3 for me right now. Just because they have never released something where I'm just kind of like, oh, that disappointed me or something. Yeah. To be fair, at first I didn't know what expectations to have. Like when I first was on the Stacy train and was like, nah, that's best 4th gen I've heard right now, and then you're like, you haven't heard 11 yet. You were right, I hadn't heard 11. But yeah, each time they come out with something, it's always such a high quality, and they meet that threshold every time. I feel like now I just have this expectation built in of I've released something, it's gonna be really good.
Actively anticipating each of the releases, which is to be fair, is how I have been with Stacy as well.
Yes, they both now are so consistent. I think that's why I have such a high expectation with them, because they're not releasing anything where I'm like, that just really missed from what you had
that didn't
before.
Hit,
Both those groups are putting such a high consistency of good content out. I feel like they're leaving a lot of other groups in the dust for me at the moment. It's just because I'm so actively waiting for what they're gonna do versus other groups. I feel like at the moment.
I am really excited for what the Seraphim do next as well, because I feel like there's a lot of potential there. And NMIX just announced their next single, so that'll be interesting.
The
poster for that was offensive looking, which I loved. It was painful on the eyes. It was bright green and pink.
I got some neonish bright colors.
Yeah.
I will go into NMIX with an open mind. I promise everyone. I know I haven't had.
I'm a shooter personally, so I was shoog all over the place. But it's just cool that we have so many different 4th gen groups that are coming from very different styles, different angles, and different companies as well. They're not all super big labels. I guess they're all,
big-ish, it's really interesting because Red Velvet, I've proclaimed how they're my favorite group so many times, which they are. But none of what is the new stuff from SM, YG, I can't say JYP because I'm absolutely a big ITZY fanboy, so I can't say that. But SM, YG, those 2 other major group, Hive right now, I'm not fully sold on the La Seraphim group yet either, even though I love Sakura. It's just at this moment I'm it's smaller companies, it seems smaller and because Starship's I guess still pretty big.
Starship's still solid,
but IVE and Stacy are not from those big 3 companies, and they're the ones who are releasing what I feel is the big 3 content at the moment.
I get that. Just but I think now we've had 3 singles. Starship, it's time for an album, eh?
Dude, if they keep releasing bangers like this, I don't care if they keep doing the single B-side.
Yeah, but imagine 5 bangers on one album.
No, of course. Yeah. I would love to have an album of them doing.
You could get a Gaul photo card.
I do have one.
Oh yeah, all right.
Yeah, that's what I got in my laptop.
It was a sign.
Yeah. All right. Well, IVE, keep it going. It's killing it still. So I'm stoked on IVE. Can't wait to see album. Let's see an album, just like you're saying. I'm Honan.
I'm Oliver.
Bye.